All right, what is going on, everyone? We are back for our fourth matchup of the night. I'm trying to think here. I've been here in the booth for a little bit here. I'm back one more time. Rockerman back in the booth, and I'm happy to be joined by the man who may have called the most hyped novice playoff moment we've ever had in the last stream. We got Puggles. How you doing, Puggles?
I'm doing great, looking forward to cast my great friend and co-host extraordinaire Psycho. I hope he's listening because I will talk smack about him the entire time.
Hey, there you go. I respect that. I respect that. We do have Psykonautic here. Great caster, great friend here. He's gonna be playing in this one for the
hmm
Ninjas. It should be very exciting. I want to quickly go through because we're still running a little bit behind. I want to go through pretty quickly here. Let's take a look at the playoff bracket for the Novice League so we can check that out and see where everything stands. We saw on Monday the Vandals taking down Ignite there as the highest seed out of those teams in the quarterfinals. They are going to be playing Vandals, so that sets us up, Puggles, where we're going to have Ninjas versus Frost here, and the winner is going to take on the number one seeded Hounds. So a crucial matchup for both these teams. Obviously, got a daunting task ahead of them, but they're going to be going up against the Hounds if they win.
Yeah, absolutely. The Hounds, a great team and definitely deserving of that number one seed throughout the season. They've played lights out. They've had a great record. And we haven't seen Hounds yet, but I'm sure they've been scrimming and practicing over this past week.
Yeah, definitely so. And let's quickly take a look at the odds for tonight as we got them all joined up. We'll do a little bit of talking while the series is going on. But if we take a look at the odds here, we have Frost, the defending champions, 56% in their favor and 44% for the Ninjas. Puggles, we got them in the lobby. And as we get them joined up, I want to hear from you. Who are you taking in this one? Do you got Frost? Do you got Ninjas? Who's winning this one and heading to the semis?
I'm gonna guess this completely on the fact that Psycho is playing. I got ninjas going, uh, because of Psycho. Psycho's gonna hard carry.
All right, I would love to see that Psycho. He's been a Nemesis staple here for a while, and we'll have to see what he can do here. And looks like, according to chat here, is the prediction is now closing. It looks like Ninjas have the slight edge, but there's 39,000 channel points on the Ninjas and 38,000 on Frost. So even the chat is split, and channel points are up for grabs here as we get things going. And we got Ninjas. We've got Frost here. Ninjas are in the black here with Shagito 802 as he puts that one in. Psychodonic and MBO casted. Shagito, the one person I don't recognize on Ninjas, is going to put the first one in.
Yeah, and a great aerial there from Shigito. The double demo there coming out from Frost doesn't work in the way that they want to. I'm pretty sure they had to have demoed Outcast and Psycho, so they left the one guy that was still a threat on the field.
And that one going to find the back of the net. And yeah, like I said, I don't recognize Shagito. I think he's a new player for Nemesis this season, but the Ninjas, they've had a great regular season to this point. Is they locked in that number 4 seed, and they ended off on the season actually with an 11-5 record. A lot of these teams with 11-5. Same with Frost, who we see on the other end, Puggles. And I'm curious to see who you're going to be watching out for as they got Sanitario, Crispy Waves, and not Ibonic on the pitch.
Yeah, I hear a lot of not Ibonic, so I really think this guy's gonna have to step up to really bring his team the win. But Crispy Waves and Centerio, both great players in this novice league as well. So it's really just a three-headed monster on this Frost team.
And I think if I recall correctly, Ibonic went non-playing during the regular season, came back just in time for the playoffs here. So Frost hasn't had him in a little bit, and we'll have to see if the chemistry comes back for them here as we get into this game number 1. The Ninjas leading. Sanitario looking to send this one down. Psycho to the corner, looking to control this one. He's going to get it by 1. Leave it for MB Outcast. You send this one up, trying to find a follow in the midfield there. And that one is going to be sent away, and Psycho with a booming shot towards the net, but Sanitario, a nice save there to clear that one away. And we're still at a 1-0 scoreline as we approach halfway.
Yeah, I mean, you really got to give the nod to Ninjas here. They already are up 1, and as I'm talking, they go up 2 with a read from Outcast here, Austin.
A nice one, FP Outcast. He's trying to find it. Nobody touching the ball there, and sometimes in novice that stuff does happen. Good read there, and good to put that one in. And yeah, I'm actually seeing that that is actually LW Shag, who I actually do recognize. So I apologize. He actually did sub in for Evolution in one of the off-season tournaments. I believe it was 2 seasons ago. So good to see him on a team. A very solid player, and now him and MB Outcast have gotten 2 goals for the Ninjas. And Puggles, to start off game number 1 with that is, oh my goodness, he finds a bump play and he's gonna get the goal.
Yeah, they're really pulling out the aggression here. Shagato is just gonna get the bump on not Ibonic and just secure that 3-goal lead just past halfway here, Austin.
Oh, wow, nice play there. That's the highlight reel play from the Novice League right there. Is Shigito is gonna put that one in, and the Ninjas feeling good right now. Here comes Shigito again, trying to find that one, but not meant to be. Is Psycho in the midfield. Gonna clear this one off to the side. Shigito back in the corner. Crispy looking to clear it out. Sanitario with the block up in the midfield is a bit of a double commit comes out. Psycho challenging on Ibonic. This one sent back across, and looking at the shots here, Puggles, is we're still early on in game 1. Frost, they haven't had too many opportunities. Only 3 shots to their names here, and they just haven't really found anything that threatening.
No, we just saw it, right there. That was probably one of their best looks all game. It's just kind of that little back pass kind of play that they've been doing, but it didn't quite work out. It's gonna get cut down, and in Novice, you really gotta work these corners. I see that a lot here in Novice, and it works really well against their defenses.
Yeah, that is true. A lot of times these players, a lot lower than some of our other leagues. It's very difficult to read those corner reads. I think that's a great point. Sometimes you just hit it off the corner, and things can get awkward for these players. And but for the most part, these teams have dealt with it well. So we're now down to a minute remaining. The Ninjas hold on to a 3-0 lead here in game 1. MBO Cass getting it around. He's on the dribble, trying to flick it up. Sanitario, though, he is there. He's going to clear it away. As that one is sent up high, and now Ninja's looking to add another one. Crispy going to make the save on the goal line, but here comes Shagito for the shot. Another one. He's got a hat trick, and it's a 4-0 lead for the Ninjas.
Yeah, this game's looking to come away a bit here from Frost. They're down 4 with 37 seconds left. No, not quite. There's still time for them to come back. They're really gonna need a few kickoffs to go their way.
They definitely will. Is this one probably out of reach? It might be a go next angle unless they can find a miracle here. As a double tap attempt comes through, a bump, and now Crispy looking for the shot, but Psykonautic on the goal line, a clutch save. I see it from him. Back-to-back caster, play-by-play caster of the season, and Nemesis making some saves on the pitch this time. As this one popped up, seconds ticking away, and looks like Ninjas, they are going to hold on, and they're going to take game number 1. Maybe looking for one more for the road as it's popped up, but Sanitario clears it away. And Ninjas, a clean one here on this one, Puggles. They take this one, not even allowing a goal. The shutout is on as they take the 1-0 series lead.
Yeah, Ninjas looked really good here. I'm sorry, they looked really good here up against Frost, coming out with a ton of aggression, setting up bump plays and, hitting their individual shots that they needed. And you look to Frost, and you didn't really see much of that. They didn't have many, bump plays or, passing or individual plays, or, they just kind of threw the ball down on the offense, and it just got banged right over their heads, and they went back on the defense. So, for Frost, you really got to keep that offensive pressure to, hopefully score some goals.
Yeah, and we're gonna have to see. I mean, Frost, I know Ibonic was on the roster, and I remember at the beginning of the season, a lot of people were talking about how Frost was, a team to beat. You're looking to repeat, but Ibonic goes away from the team for a little bit and now comes back. And, I wonder, Puggles, maybe it's a difference between, Obviously Frost has some really solid players, but seeing the chemistry from the Ninjas, they built this all season long to get to this point, and maybe it's a difference between the chemistry from Ninjas, and maybe Frost trying to get that chemistry back.
Yeah, as you said, Ibonic going on non-playing, probably dealing with some personal things, but you really gotta hope that they can get that synergy back, especially now in playoffs, because it's gonna be it's do or die time for them now. Not quite to alarm them, but not quite to alarm them yet. But they are down in the series, so they do need to bring this one back.
Yeah, we will have to see. And looking at this now here as we're heading into game number two, Puggles, they're actually going to make a roster switch. Crispy Waves is out, and now Paranoid Monk is in. So Frost trying to switch it up a little bit, and it's going to start out with a
Wow.
goal from Ibonic. And hey, that's a what a way to come in and get some offense going.
Yeah, a great dunk here by Ibonic, just going right into the back of the Ninja's net. An unfortunate 50 there from the defender, but now they're up one. Big momentum swing for them now.
Yeah, that's huge. And Frost finally able to get on the board in this series. They had yet to score, got shut out in game one, 4-0. But immediately Ibonic putting one there, and here goes Paranoid Monk trying to put it in. And sometimes Puggles, when you sub a new player, and it's not only a jolt to your team, but sometimes it can kind of get in the heads of the other team. They see a new player come in, especially if you score that first goal. You're kind of like, oh wait a minute, they got a new player in. That can really get in your mental.
Yeah, absolutely. Playing a few series, being that sub, I definitely see the change that can happen to the opposing team, and that they just don't know how to counter this new playstyle that you can bring out.
And that's sometimes the good thing about having four people on the roster, especially those that are interchangeable. As Sanitario, he can't put it in. A counterattack opportunity. Shagito gonna send it down. He puts it in on the counterattack. And Ninjas, they're punishing Frost for the overcommit.
Yeah, a big overcommit there from Frost, and Shagito just able to get it past all three of them and just put it on net. Open nets are still not your friend when you're a novice, so a big play to convert there.
Sanitario, I think he's gonna want that one back. He had the open net to shoot at, just a little bit off, and good on Ninjas to try to find the counterattack there. As MB outcast. Looking to stay with that one. Shagito sent it down. It's just Psycho back waiting in net. Ibonic trying to knock him out of the play, but Psycho, good job to avoid the demo. Job to get it by two. Now popping it up. Sanitario is there. Shagito gets bumped out of the way a little bit. Ibonic is up. Very mechanical for Novice. As he pops that up, trying to get it going. Sanitario sent it high off the backboard. Shagito can't make the touch, and Sanitario slots it in bottom right.
Yeah, great shot there from Sanitario, putting it bottom right, reading it off of the back wall that he set up for himself, and Outcast is just not ready on the defensive line to make that save.
Frost, they're going to take the lead yet again. Hadn't had the lead yet this series, but the second time in this game, they've found themselves out in front. So now they're trying to add more to the lead. Shagito going to get it by one, but Sanitario is there. MPO cast a little bit quicker to it. And it's over to the corner, popped up high. Psycho and Shagito both going for this one. Psycho, he's going to make the touch, but Ibonic, he's going to get the clear. And he's going to find the dunk there. His Outcast going to send it down. Bernard Monk to the corner, going to leave it for Sanitario. He's on the dribble. This one sent up high. Outcast popping it up in the midfield, and Puggles, we saw a lot of goals scored in that first game from the Ninjas. We saw 4 on the board, but only 1 as they approach halfway. I wonder what you make of that.
Maybe, I've seen this Paranoid Monk guy, he has a lot of great defensive, reads. He might not have any saves on the board, but he's been able to read this Ninja's defense and also contribute a lot in the midfield, holding Frost onto the offense.
Here he is on the defensive end this time, looking to take it out, but Shagito on top of that one this time. Here's Ibonic on the dribble. Psycho finding a 50. Ibonic was trying to leak out. Sanitario sending it out in the midfield. An opportunity now. Psycho, last man back. 2 players commit. Psycho going to make the save on the goal line, though. As Outcast going to get it around the defender and his teammate there. This one going to be sent down. In the midfield is this ball popping up into the corner. Again, here comes Shagito trying to keep it in, but a minute 30 now. Ninja's starting to get some more offensive pressure, but they have yet to put one in as that one is saved away, and they've only got 2 shots, Puggles. The offense is just not where they need it right now.
Yeah, no, their goal came from a big overcommit from Frost. And, you really got to see if they can start, making these chances themselves instead of just capitalizing off of the defensive mistakes.
We'll have to see. Here comes Outcast for the shot, but Ibonic, he's there just in time, and a minute remaining now. The Ninjas trying to get this one back on the offense, but it's sent back towards their net. Shagito with a nice read. Have it cleared out for the moment as it's popped up by Ibonic off the side wall. This one in the midfield. Sanitario with a touch. Ibonic was looking for the redirect, but he's not going to find it. Now to the midfield, Outcast popping it up. Here comes Shagito looking for the bump there. Ibonic with the savior medal. And Psycho, he can't quite put it through, but seconds taken away again off the backboard. Ninja's trying, and Psycho is going to put it in the offense and the pressure, and he ties it up.
Yeah, just the pressure comes out here on the offense from Ninjas, suffocating this Frost defense. They're getting demoed, they're getting their boost taken, they're being bumped, they're just being harassed here at Rocker Man, and Ninjas seem to waking up in this game.
Yeah, they just did just enough there, but if Frost, they've played a lot better here, and now they find themselves down, or tied, excuse me, as we're nearing the end of game number 2. To see who has what it takes to pull off this win. Will the Ninjas go up 2-0 this series? Or can Frost tie us up at 1 apiece? This ball up by Ibonic. He's over the top of 1. This one back. Psycho looking to clear this one out. Sanitario. He opts to keep it up. Shagito. He's going to drop it down, but that one almost dangerous. And we have our first overtime of the series.
Yeah, the momentum, I have to say, is going in favor of Ninjas, with that 30-second goal. They've had the offensive pressure since then, and we really got to look to Frost to see if they can get anything going in the remaining part of this game.
Frost with 9 shots in regulation there. They're going to have to look to find a couple more threatening ones on net if they're going to want to win this one. As MP Outcast sending it down. Sanitario. He's on the block. Looking to dribble this one around, popping it up high. Saved away. Here comes Ibonic looking for the shot, but not going to go this time as Paranoid Monk with a pinch out of the midfield, but Shagito, he's going to find that one. Sanitario taking his time. Psycho and MBO Cast right there. An opportunity. Sanitario looking out in the midfield, and Ibonic puts it home, and Frost are going to tie this series up at 1.
Yeah, great work there from Sanitario, 50ing Psycho and getting it past the other, and Ibonic, they're ready in the middle, right in front of the net to put it away for his team. They're now tied 1-1 in the series, Rocker. It's really anyone's game now.
Yeah, definitely so, and a great answer there from Frost. At times it seemed like they were gonna run away with it, but at the end they came back and clutched up in overtime when you needed most, and that's impressive. And I wonder, I would assume Puggles that they're probably gonna stick with this lineup after taking that game.
Yeah, absolutely. Paranoid Monk did everything that he had to do and a little more. We saw him active in that midfield, holding this Ninjas roster to the defensive half, and that's really what allowed Frost to get a bunch of that offensive shots. 9 shots that you said just in the regulation, and I think it was around 10 or 11 in that overtime.
Yeah, now a tied series. I mean, I wonder what's going to happen to this third one as we're heading to Beckwith Night for game number 3. And I'm curious to see, Puggles, as we get in this one, do the Ninjas have an answer for their offense? Like we said, it seemed like they didn't really get too much offense, and it was kind of a lot more of Frost getting their offense going.
Yeah, that in that last game we saw a lot of Frost, working around that corners, like I've said, and finding each other just in great positions. And Ninjas just didn't look like they had it that last game, and they were just absolutely suffocated on their own half.
It's a new game here. So we're heading to game 3 of this best of 7. The winner is advancing on to the semifinals to take on the #1 seeded Hounds. This one off to the side, and Outcast and Psycho, a little bit of a double commit there as Outcast coming through, trying to will Psycho on there. Sanitario gonna clear this one away as Outcast off the backboard. A demo in the midfield. This one over to the side while Outcast popping it up, looking for something there, but Sanitario, he's able to cut it off. So we're a minute gone by, scoreless here. Ibonic out of the midfield. Paranoid Monk looking for the opportunity, but no one in net there. Sanitario now taking it up. He puts it over the defenders, and Frost take the lead.
A great shot there from Sanitario, popping it over all 3 of them, getting it in the corner, and none of the Ninja defenders were ready for that one. Already being suffocated on boost, and now having to go in the air is just impossible.
And when you get in the air in the Novice League, sometimes you can do a lot there. And we saw right there Sanitario take it to the sky, and now he's trying to fake it out there. That one almost an excellent play, but it wasn't meant to be that time. As Ibonic might have been looking for the bump Psycho. Hits it off to the side, Outcast. Only as far as Sanitario, though, as he sends it back in. Shigito blocked up. And away to the corner. As Outcast now on the dribble, looking to take it in the midfield. Paranoid Monk cutting this off. Shigito send it towards the net. This is going to pop up high. And now Frost, a little bit of a double commit, but they get a defender out of net. Outcast, he's there just in time, going to find the demo. This one popped up. Outcast looking for it, and again, Puggles. I think the story is the same here from Psycho the Ninjas. I think that they're just not getting their shots. They're at 0 right now.
Yeah, you know, they've just been on defense this entire time, and they've had a difficult time breaking out, and they've also had some double commits, something we didn't see happen at all that first game, and that's usually, you know, showing that they're breaking down on that, on their communications.
I wonder what they have to do to get out here. You know, you mentioned they keep getting suffocated. Maybe, you know, besides cutting down on the double commits, I wonder, you know, what can they do to get out? Because it seems like Frost has just had so much pressure in the last game and a half.
Yeah, you know, I think a great first step is to get the control of the boost in your corner, having ample boost. And wow,
no.
oh, unlucky there. You know, as I'm saying that they need to control the boost, I kind of forgot that you need to control the ball too. Psycho with an unfortunate backflip, and he's just gonna own goal it and tee it up for Ibonic.
Yeah, that one hurts there. Psycho a little feels backflip moment, but you know, sometimes those things happen there, and you know, a tough one. And you know, Frost, they're gonna happily take that one 2-0, and they'll take the lead.
Yeah, you know, great work here from Frost, capitalizing on those Ninja mistakes. And Ninjas, they just need to get out of their own half. They need to control their corner boost. They need to control the ball. I mean, they need to do just about anything to get more possession on this.
Oh,
on this here, Rocker.
They definitely do, and they make a huge save, but still just no offense as they're trying now. That's back in the Frost half. This ball's still up. Sanitario going to make it clear, looking to stay with it. As Shigito banging it down, and you know, Puggles, I would like to see a little bit more from Shigito here. We saw him like really pop off in game 1, but ever since that game #1 performance, I haven't really seen much from him. He's made a couple of good clears as he's trying to get one towards the net there, but Ibonic's waiting.
Yeah, you're right on the money there. You know, he was really important there that first game, but now he's definitely, you know, stepped off, you know, not finding those huge solo play chances. And you know, I comment about the corner all the time. It feels like Shigito is just another victim of that corner.
Yeah, it looks like he is that one. He wasn't expecting that read. He's trying to read that one, but a lot of times in Novice, so difficult. Dario just kind of drives into that one. I don't think he necessarily hit it right at the net, but he hit it towards the net, and he was able to put it in there and give Frost the 3-0 lead here. And they might have a perfect game here going with under 43 seconds left. Ninjas still have not got a shot on net. And, you know, I would say, 99.9% of the times, Puckles, if you don't get a shot on net, you're not going to win the game.
Yeah, that is correct. I can't really think of any game that I've played or casted that one team has gotten 0 shots and has a goal. I know of times that teams have, more goals than shots. I think I casted one of those games, but not with 0 shots.
No, and it looks like they're going for another one here. Sanitario on the demo. Ibonic closing it off. They're putting the dagger in this game, number 3.
Yeah, just they're putting up the pressure, not letting Ninjas get any kind of momentum at the end of this game. Really just gonna put them down into the dirt and hope that they stay there.
Now the final seconds ticking away here. And it looks like Frost Ninjas, they're going to get a shot on net, so at least they got something there at the end. They end up with a 1 shot, but Frost, a dominating performance. And I wonder, after the way these last 2 games have gone, Puggles, I wonder if this is the spot for the tactical timeout.
Yeah, this definitely, it seems to be a great place to have one. You just kind of, the last game you came back, but now this game, you really just got absolutely handed it. They absolutely got handed it to them. So now, yeah, I think a timeout would be a great call now, but I don't really see one coming in from them, Rocker.
No, it doesn't look like it. It looks like they're gonna play it on here, and we saw it work out in the last series where teams didn't really use the tactical timeouts. Actually, might have been 2 series ago with Flame, or excuse me, Snowstorm and Tigers, where Tigers didn't use it. But no timeout, no timeout here. Ninjas, they're gonna play it on. I mean, they did have a great performance, and sometimes maybe you don't need the timeout, Puckles. Maybe you could just talk over your points in that brief time that you have in between games.
Yeah, the 60 seconds in between games that the game like gives you built in is actually such a great time for that. I know that I use that on pretty much every team that I've played on. It's just to use that at least 30 seconds of time, talk it out, and then get ready for the next game.
Yeah, definitely so. And the Ninjas, they are going to have to get ready quick here as they find themselves down 2-1 in this series. It's best of 7. Quarterfinal matchup in the playoffs for the Novice League. These guys competing for the title, looking to make a playoff run. Both teams had a 11-5 regular season. Gotten to this point as the 4 and 5 seeds. We'll have to see if they can continue on. Who's going to continue on with their run, advance to the next round of the playoffs. So we're in a game 4. Frost looking to get some offense going in this ball in front of the Ninjas net. Psycho trying to clear it up with Sanitario. He's all over it. MB outcast a little bit awkward in the corner as a double commit comes through. And a shot going towards the net. Psycho going to make the clear way as Frost just keeping it in. And something I just noticed there, Puggles, it looks like, I don't want to call out MB outcast too much. He looked like a little bit awkward there, and then Shagito ended up double committing on him, expecting his teammate to maybe go. So I wonder, what's going on with the slow play style here? Is a shot going to come through from Ibonic, and Frost again out in front?
Yeah, as you were saying, that's a great pass there from Centurio to Ibonic. Wow, I mean, we gotta talk about that there, Rockman. That was an amazing pass from Centario.
That was a nice little touch pass, and you don't often see those too much in Novice League. Sometimes you don't see them in the higher leagues at all, as that was a great one. And Frost able to take that lead, and now again the Ninjas find themselves in a tough spot here, down by 1, having to play from behind, which you never want to do.
No, absolutely not, and especially in these lower leagues. I say it all the time. It's that first goal is oh so ever important. That sets your team up for success. It's Psycho. He's gonna get the best goal that I've seen him get like ever. The most calculated crossbar read. Everyone's hit one, and everyone knows it's just 100% skill.
Just total skill right there. He bounces it off the crossbar, and hey, sometimes you get rewarded. You may have missed the net, but you follow it up there, and Psycho, he gets the goal, and hopefully for the Ninjas' sake, they can use that as some momentum. It's been a little bit since they've scored some goals. Ibonic is going for a flip reset there. Didn't quite do much with it, but Ninjas finally able to get on the board, and they might have a counterattack here. Here comes Psycho looking for it. He's looking for the bump, but Ibonic able to get over the top.
Yeah, Yeah, a great move by Ibonic. I don't even know if we're watching Novice at some points. He's pulling out like double flip resets. I think he got 2 of them there.
Yeah, I think he did. That is crazy. We know Ibonic is very mechanical. Heard it from the beginning of the season. He's jumped up quite a bit in MMR, and sometimes, Puckles, these people just go for those mechanics. A lot of times I've talked to a lot of people, and even at these lower leagues, I think they just try to go for the most mechanical things to look as cool as you can. Sometimes they get the chance to pull them off.
Yeah, absolutely. Just making yourself even more valuable coming up to the next season in case you don't want to re-sign with your org. You really want to make sure that you have a standout performance in your playoffs so that you can definitely be picked up later.
Definitely so. And Ibonic, I'm sure we'll be seeing him next season if he continues on. Is a huge miss in front of the net, but MBOcast saves it away. And now Psycho one-on-one looking to make something happen. He's on the dribble looking for the flick, but Ibonic is there just in time. Shagito is trying to put it in, but it's not going to go. And Psykonautic almost had a highlight reel play as the offense is still going. MBOcast in the middle. And it's not quite going to go. Another pass out, looking for a teammate, but it's saved away. Ninjas are putting on some pressure, Puggles.
Yeah, absolutely. They're starting to do what Frost does and just suffocate them. They're going up in the air. They're taking their corner boost, and it doesn't look like Frost is going to be able to get out until now.
They finally break away as approaching 60 seconds left in this game. Number 4, and just looking to battle back. They're down 2-1 in the series. Looking to tie this one up as Psycho. He sets it up high. Shagito's trying to get to it. He decides to bail, though, as he saw a Frost defender ready for it. Here's Shagito looking to make something happen, trying to find the read, but Ibonic is going to make the touch. Clear to the corner. Sanitario is up over the top of MP Outcast. This ball is rolling towards the net. Sanitario trying to make a touch. Looking for the pass, and he puts it perfectly down for Ibonic. A nice little play. And Frost take the lead.
Yeah, great move here from Centario, putting it out in the middle. These two, Ibonic may not have been on the roster the entire time, but Centario is just putting it in places that make it look like they have been. They're absolutely finding each other in the offense here.
They get a crucial goal as they look to take a 3-1 series lead, and the Ninjas again find themselves down. Can they battle back in the final second? Psykonautic off the backboard. Sanitario is there. And Shigito turning around off the sidewall, looking to stay with it, trying to find a touch, but he can't hit it. It's now back in the Ninja zone. Can they clear it out? Shigito trying to dribble it by, but it's going towards the net. Now Ninja's gonna have to make some magic happen here in the final seconds. Paranoid Monk off the corner. Psycho, he pops it up high. Do we have another 0-second goal? They're trying to keep it up. This ball still in the midfield. Ibonic up in the air. Sanitario taking it the other way, and it's going to hit the ground. Almost another 0-second goal. It wouldn't have mattered for Frost as they take this game anyways and go up 3-1 in the series.
Yeah, but if they got that 0-second goal, that might have been just the nail in the coffin. And it looks like here, Austin, that the Ninjas are going to take their timeout right now.
Yeah, crucial in there. I may have recommended it before, but I respect them waiting on to see if they could win that game. Maybe they don't have to use it. You don't always want to have to use that timeout, but in this position, when you go down 3-1 with the way the last couple of games have gone, Puggles, I think it's a great call by Psycho there to call the timeout and try to settle things down and see if they can regroup.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been they've been just kind of outclassed in these past games. They've just been suffocated on defense more and more. And you really got to look to Ninjas to see if they can get that first goal. It's so important. I'm pretty sure every game that the team that has scored the first goal has won every game so far, and Ninjas, they really need that first goal here in this next game.
Yeah, I would completely agree with you there. And Puggles, I'm wondering here, I know you said you've been around a lot of these matches here. We talked about the corner reads and some tough, tough plays, but the Ninjas, it seems like they were a different team from game one. They're not quite where they wanted to be. I wonder what you think that, they should be saying in this timeout. I know you've talked to your teams before. What would you be saying if you were in the timeout with the Ninjas right now? What do they got to do to try to bring this back?
I'm not in the comms, so I don't know what the mental is like. But if the mental is really poor, you really just gotta take this time out and reset and get ready for the next game. You may not do as much talking as you will do like reflecting and thinking about what you personally need to do for this next game. And then if their mental's in a great spot and they're able to talk about what's going wrong, absolutely do that. Talk about what we need to change, the players we need to shut down, and who we need to look out for.
Yeah, definitely so. And we'll have to see as the timeout is up now. Ninjas, they called that tactical timeout, and now they're going to be getting back in this one, and they have a daunting uphill task in front of them. Puggles is they have to win 3 straight games, and but you can't think of it that way. You have to think of this as one game at a time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. After coming down this many games, you just gotta find what's been able to work, and what's been able to work for them is just shutting down that midfield. And some things that haven't been working so well is getting onto that offensive half.
We'll have to see what the Ninjas have in their back pocket as a huge miss comes out this ball in the middle. Shagito is going to make it clear. So we're into game 5 of this best of 7. Frost leading this series 3-1 as a nice little pass comes down. Shagito almost diving up his teammate, but it wasn't meant to be that time. As here we go, another shot attempt. Shagito a little bit wide. He's trying to chase it down. Sanitario and Shagito both running after this ball and running after each other. And Psykonautic, he's going to clear it out, pinch it off the corner there. He's trying to find a touch. Maybe looking for a little bit of a back pass. This one into the corner. As a demo comes out, and that could be a useful tool as well, Puggles. Try to find some demos. You don't see them too often in the Novice League, but if you can find them a couple of times on your way out, maybe snag a demo or two here and there and see if you can throw this Frost team off.
Absolutely. Demoing certain players or just getting them on the way out is so important. Gotta throw off the opponent's team's rotations, and just get them into a different mental. Always looking out for those demos is way better than just occasionally jumping over it when you see it coming.
Demo is such a crucial mechanic in this game. I know maybe not a lot of novice players enjoy demos. I've heard some people at times say that they don't think it's a good mechanic in the game. They think it should be removed. But I will say demos add just another aspect to this game, and it's so crucial to try to find those. As here comes Shagito off the pass from MBO Cast, and there you have it, Puggles. They score first in this game 5.
Yeah, just a great work here from MBO Cast, throwing it off the backboard. Nobody from Frost was quite in a position to read it, and then Shagito is able to just clean it up. And a great shot there, putting it bottom right.
Yeah, nice little play there as Ninjas take the lead, and now as they try to mount this comeback in the series, they're going to need to keep things rolling, see if they can add to it. As this one banged down into the corner, Ibonic with an awkward touch, but Sanitario, he's all over it. Psycho back into the corner. This Paranoid Monk on the dribble here, going to pop it by 1 and send it to the corner. As MBO Cast in the midfield. Ibonic looking for the shot, but Shagito, he's going to make the clutch save and send it down as he's trying to stay with it in the corner here, looking for a bump maybe, but Frost going to clear it out as we approach the halfway point. MBO Cast looking for a shot towards the Ibonic with a save. Shagito is up, looking to take this one off the backboard with Sanitario. A good read there, and still at the halfway point. Puggles there holding on to their 1-goal lead, and oh no, a huge mistake there in front of the net, and Shagito gets a second.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened to Paranoid Monk. It just he side flipped. He meant to backflip 100%. Unfortunate there. You really just gotta, if you're Paranoid Monk, you gotta come back from that with all smiles. Just unfortunate play.
Yeah, that might be a novice moment emote
Novice
there.
Moment? Oh yeah, for sure.
A novice moment there. Sometimes those things do happen. Obviously, these guys are the lowest league, so mistakes will happen mechanically. We'll see. But so far, he had played pretty well to that point. Nothing too major. As now they're gonna have to look to rebound from it. 2-0 in favor of the Ninjas, who are trying to battle back in the series. As Ibonic is just dribble this one down the pitch. Some great control from him. As Psycho on the dribble, looking to send it up. Paranoid Monk in reverse, trying to save it out here. He's going to find a block. As Shagito leaving it for Psycho, but Sanitario makes the save. As now we're getting down to it. This ball in the midfield. And, Puggles, the tables have turned a little bit here. It's Ninjas who are getting a lot of shots, and Frost, they just really haven't got much offense going.
Yeah, it looks like both of these teams just, struggle on that defense to offense transition. None of these teams are able to get it out of their defensive half, but once they get it on the offensive half, they are absolutely lights out. Both of these teams able to lock down the midfield and control the boost.
Definitely so, and yeah, we've seen it. These two teams, it's been a little bit of a back and forth in this series as this ball's popped up. And under a minute now, Frost looking to try to come back, see if they can close this series out. If they win this game, they'll be moving on to the semis, but the way things have been going, the Ninjas playing well, and they're trying to lock it down as NBL cast off the corner. Looking out for a teammate, but Psycho, he got demoed. Shagito can't make the touch. Ibonic can't either. As Psycho sets it up, Shagito to the corner. This ball out of the midfield. NBL cast, he can't connect Psycho. He's racing in. It's dangerous, though. But luckily for the Ninjas, it's off, and now only 30 seconds remaining. The Ninjas just have to hold on and survive, and they'll be bringing it back. Here's a shot to be saved away by Psycho.
Yeah, great save there by Psycho, and now they're looking for that offensive transition. They can't give up 2 goals in the last 20 seconds here.
Trying to stay on the offense. Is this time ticking away? Frost needs 2 in 10 seconds, and Ninjas just have to hold on as this one is going the wrong way, and that is going to do it. The Ninjas going to come back here, trying to get one for the road, but it's not going to happen, and they'll take this one. They're bringing it back, Puckles. A good timeout and a good answer from the Ninjas.
Yeah, absolutely. After those timeouts, you really got to look and try and win those games. Well, for Ninjas in this case, it was an absolute must win or else they were done. But, after taking those timeouts, we usually see the team that takes the timeout most of the time will get the win. And now they've got the win. We got to see if Frost is either going to try and ice that momentum and take a timeout now, or they're going to save it in case it goes to a game 7.
Yeah, we will have to see as we will be getting a game number 6, though. These two teams 3-2 in the series. The Frost able to take 3 in a row after losing the first game, and Ninjas took the timeout and they came back and won that game. And now Puggles, I think the momentum has to be with the Ninjas now.
Absolutely. But last time they did this, they had a great win. Immediately afterwards, Frost came bouncing back and, absolutely, well, they didn't destroy them, but, they kept it, or they didn't keep it close. They controlled the pace of play. That's what I'm trying to say. They controlled the pace of play that entire second game.
That is true, and something that's interesting. I didn't really think about this until this game got going, Puggles. But we did see them switch up their roster. Frost did after game number 1, but this time they're sticking with it. What do you make of that? Keeping Paranoid Monk in and keeping the roster the way it was for their last couple wins.
I personally completely agree with it. I mean, Paranoid Monk has played absolutely phenomenally these past few games. And, you really maybe that was just like an off game because he did have that one mistake that ended up being a goal. But, I mean, other than that, he's played absolutely lights out this series.
Definitely so, and we'll have to see who is going to step up on Forbidden Temple. The Ninjas, they're down to their last life in the playoffs here. If they lose this game, they're going home as MP Outcast trying to make something happen there. But it's not going to go this time. As this one sent off to the side. Ibonic taking control. As it's popped up in the midfield. Dangerous ball. 2 players commit, but Shagito is going to find the clear. It's popped up towards the net. Psycho going to clear it away to the side. Sanitario going to clear this one out. These two teams locked in a dead heat in the first minute 30. Shagito on the dribble. Paranoid Monk taking the shot, but Psycho, he's big on the defensive end, making a nice save. This Paranoid Monk trying to step up again for his team. Sanitario high off the backboard. Psycho with a nice backboard read there as he clears it away. But Ibonic looking to keep control as here comes Frost. They're starting to get a little bit more offensive pressure. That was the concern in the last game where Ninjas had the pressures. A huge demo comes out. Shagito trying to pop it out. But Ninjas, they finally get it clear, heading back towards their net. Ibonic to the corner, and finally the Ninjas break it out. There is MBO Cast maybe not looking for that touch, but they're starting to get out of their zone, see if they can get back on offense.
Yeah, you really got to see if Ninjas are going to be able to get out of their own defense. They've been suffocated so far this game. We have half the game gone, and they have very, very little shots. They have no shots even. They have 0 shots. That's gonna be a problem.
What will be a problem is a shot comes through here. Chiquito trying to get it through. It's not going to go this time, and we're still scoreless in this one, a crucial one for the Ninjas. This one sent down Psychonautic, popping it over. MB Outcast looking to come through, but he can't find the touch. Shigito looking for this angle, but it's a little bit wide. This ball to the corner, Ibonic. Blocked out by Psycho with Sanitario. Looking to make a touch, he finds it down. MB Outcast looking for the shot, but just a little bit off target there. This one, ready for Psycho. He's looking for the shot. Shakito looking for the demo. This ball is popping up. Ibonic, Paranoid Monk, double committing here. As this one is cleared away by Sanitario. Psycho going back towards his own net. That's very dangerous. And Shakito gonna clear it away. But Ninjas, they had a couple of opportunities there, Puggles, but they couldn't convert.
No, they couldn't. But now they had that offensive pressure, and now they looked like they're trying to get it back on that offensive half. And you know, they've had great offensive pressure so far. It's just a matter of time until one of them goes in.
Now we're down to at the minute 20. Ninja's season on the line. This one popped off to the side. Frost trying to keep it in. Can they lock this one down and take this series? It's cleared away. MB Outcast on this one, looking to dribble it down. Ibonic to the corner. He's going to clear it away. Psycho popping this one up high. Looking to continue with it, but Paranoid Monk, he's making a clutch touch there. It's popped up high. This one's still dangerous. The Ninja's looking for it. Psychonautic coming in, but it's just a little bit wide. He's trying to will his team here, but the time ticking away. Shigito for the angle, trying to find it through. MB Outcast looking for the 50, but they don't get it to go. As the Ninjas, they're putting on some pressure, Puggles. They want this game. They want to force a game 7.
Yeah, absolutely. And if I was the Ninjas too, I would want that game 7. Try and push it all the way, get the maximum hype, and then try and take this series. You know, but we got to look to Ninjas. They got to get that shooting accuracy under control. I think all 3 of them have hit the same exact spot just to the left of the net there, Rocker Man.
As close as this one, heading back down. The seconds are ticking away in regulation. It's 0-0. The next goal will just win this game. If the Ninjas score it as a bump comes through, they almost broke away. If they can score this one, they can force a game 7. But if Frost wins it, if they score here, they're heading to the semifinals. Puggles, the most crucial overtime of these guys' careers.
Absolutely. The Ninja season comes down to this overtime. They can either keep it alive or they're going home. And now you really got to see who's going to get that offensive pressure first. And so far, it looks like it's Frost.
Frost really tried as the Ninjas, they had the shots in that one. The shots still relatively even. As here comes a shot, the dagger. Ibonic puts it in to finish it off. And Frost is heading on to the semis.
Yeah, great work there from Ibonic. Outcast just unable to read it off the back wall. An unfortunate bounce and a great series here from Frost and Ninjas. You know, amazing games all around. You really got to hand it to both teams.
Yeah, a hard fought series there as Frost, they take this one 4-2. And I mean, what a huge performance from them. They come back, after losing that game 1, and they hold on and they take this one. Puggles, got to give them props, and they're going to be continuing on to defend their title.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they go on to play the #1 team, Hounds, and as the #4 seed, they definitely have or as a 5 seed, sorry, as the #5 seed, they have a great chance of doing that.
Yeah, they definitely do, and we'll have to see. We'll have to see what continues on for Frost. Unfortunate end for the Ninjas. They played well. Just Frost just got the better of them today, and you gotta give them props as they're moving on. But we also got to be moving on to our next matchup here, as we are going to be heading to the Prospect League for another highly anticipated matchup, our 5th one of the night. We have another 4-5 matchup as Bandits are taking on Faded. It should be another good one, as Faded's been a top team in the Prospect League, but Bandits, they did lock up their division, so they have the seeding advantage. That one's gonna be another good one coming up. Puggles, thank you again for joining me. It was a fun cast here. Unfortunately, our boy Psykonautic couldn't get it done, but Frost, a well-deserved win.
Yeah, Frost, played great, and unfortunately for Psycho, he just has more time to cast with me.
That is true. We
Really had to
sucked
do
him
it.
in the booth now. You
Yeah,
can't leave.
yeah. Yeah,
That is,
you know.
that is very true there. We actually will be seeing Psycho in the next matchup. He's coming back to give some love to the booth here. So we'll see him in just a couple minutes here. Again, quick, another shout out to Rogue, who also gifted 10 more subs right before we went to break last time. So
Wow.
shout out to Rogue for 10 gifted. The man's insane. So thank you, Rogue, for that. And also shout out to Nolan58, who was actually our 1500th follower there. We just passed 1500 followers on the channel. So shout out
Yeah.
to everyone supporting us on this one. A lot of fun, but another great series. We still have more action coming your way. Bandits versus Faded coming up next. Make sure you guys stick around, follow the channel, and we'll see you guys in a couple minutes.